Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the video. My name is Bradley, also known as the Swim Coach. Today we're going to be looking at potential my team for game week 3. What you can prepare for the upcoming weeks. And remember that after this week we have an international break. So you're gonna get an extra transfer. So ready for that game week 4. It's an extra week of not playing a game. So they're the things I think people are going to look at. If you use a transfer now and you've got 0 left, come game week 4, you should have 2. That's what happened in the last years, but we'll see what happens this year. And I think there's also a potential that after the transfer window closes on Friday night, there's going to be some interesting moves. I'm seeing that Aaron Ramsdale is having a medical at Southampton. So that could be a good indicator. You could probably bring him in and has him as a backup if you want to, and see how if he does play or not. But I think we should just get into the video and talk about certain players or teams, should we say, as well. So at this moment, this is roughly my team. Okay. I'm not 100% sure. I hope that Anderson, from his move from Palace to Fulham, he then does start. Watkins has come back in. Now, for me personally, there is a little bit of movability around players. So for the moment, I have a £2 million budget. So I could technically upgrade Rice to Erdegaard. I could upgrade Smith Rowe if I want to, but Smith Rowe's having a lovely time at the moment. I could upgrade one of my defenders if I want to. Yes, that is my point. I could do Miguelenko, but I want to see how things get on with this at the moment. Ollie Watkins at the moment is not doing what I want him to do. And that also goes same for Isaac. So there are things I'm going to have to look at. Do I change players? And I think it's a possibility that I may have to do that. Now, let's have a look at the fixtures before we go into anything else. So here are the fixtures at the weekend. The biggest one of them all is that Sunday last game, Manchester United Liverpool, which is always a big game. So we'll see how we get on, but some interesting games. We've got Arsenal Brighton, who are both teams undefeated, and doing really well at the moment. Brentford Southampton, potentially with Ramsdale going to Southampton, he could go straight in, or they could hold him back and then hold him for the international break, and then come back and boom. So we can see that Everton Bournemouth. I think Everton have to win this game. If they don't, they are big shoo-in to be relegated. And I think a lot of Everton players will probably get substituted out and stuff like that. Ipswich Fulham, I think this is going to be a big game for Ipswich. I think Fulham, how they're doing, I think they're going to do really well. I could probably see this as a 1-1 or 2-1 either way. Leicester, Villa. Leicester coming up. Villa really strong. Did lose to Arsenal, but did put a bit of a fight. So we'll see how Leicester get on. Forest Wolves. I think this is going to be an interesting one of how players get on, teams get on as well. West Ham City. Yeah, again, I think West Ham are going to probably struggle again, but we'll see how they get on. London derby here between Chelsea and Palace. I'm not going to talk about that one, actually. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a tricky one, I think. Newcastle Spurs. How can I put this one? I think that both teams are going to go out and it's going to be a back and forwards game. It could be an exciting 0-0 game, or it could be goal fest. That'll be an interesting one to watch. And then we got Manchester United, Liverpool, as I said earlier, which is going to be the big game. And I think it's going to be a tight one, but I think Liverpool are going to pinch it 1-0 or something like that. So we will see on those. Now, let's have a look at players that are doing well, shall we say. And we're going to look goalkeepers, of course. Raya, top performance so far, hasn't let in the goal. 2-0, 2-0 victories. There we go. He made a brilliant save at the weekend against Villa, which, even as an Arsenal fan, I thought that was Villa winning that one, or scoring that goal, shall I say. So it'd be interesting. But look, game week 4, there's the interesting one, and 5. So they're the two, Tottenham and City, back-to-back games. So it's going to be a bit of a hard one. And then even in October, you go Liverpool, Newcastle, Chelsea. Again, it could be hard, but it is a Liverpool at home, so we can see. Becker, Pope, Edison, Dill. That's the interesting one. The Brighton goalkeeper, very good, and even the Forest goalkeeper. So, but now if we go down, where's the Southampton there? So, I think we're going to see probably Ramsdale go straight in. Let's have a quick look at our defenders. Bit surprising with the Tottenham player because they've conceded, but of course they have scored. So that makes the difference between someone like Saliba and Gabriel and White, who haven't conceded. Those lot have scored or they've assisted a goal. So it's great that Arsenal have had clean sheets, but someone like Romero and Pedro have both scored. So that's where they get their boosted points. This one, the West Ham player, very good. Okay, yes, got an assist. It gains a lot of points, but got 12 points. So I think that's what people got to look at. So he got 1 point in the first game, 12 against Palace. Got Man City next game, so it's going to be a bit of a struggle. But they go Fulham, Chelsea, Brentford. So that is all London games. Home to City, away to Fulham, home to Chelsea. All London games. And even here, even Ipswich, home game. Spurs away. Not until the 27th of October. The 27th of October. Hang on. But they... home, anyway. So, West Ham, their first 9 fixtures of the season are all in London. Whoa. That is a very interesting one. Okay. Because transporting, you're not traveling that far. So that could be an interesting one for players. They're not traveling. You could probably use them for their not traveling as much. And then when it comes to October, it's only not that far as well. Newcastle's the only interesting one that's they've got big travel. So that's going to be an interesting one for West Ham. So not much. So yeah, so these are plays round. Look, 4 million, 4.4, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. So I think players like that you can look at. You can potentially buy someone like Salah and Haaland in the same team. You're saving money. You're getting points here at a cheaper rate. That's something you could potentially look at. Midfielders. See, Salah's top one. Milinko, well, he did score 3 goals, so he did get 20 points. In the first game, he got 0. So, average, he's got 10 points. Do I like that? No. And points per match, well, yeah, 20 because of he only got 21 in one match, but 0. So technically, it's only 10 per match. Actually, he didn't play that one. He didn't play that one. He has got 20 points. Okay. Things you could potentially look at. Palmer, but would you go with Saka instead because of it's 500,000 different, but you're getting only losing 1 point difference. So that's something there. Luis Diaz, now he's one that I'm potentially looking at probably putting in. Partey was a surprising one for me. So I think he's another one that you could potentially put in because he's only 5 mil. But we'll see how the new signings get on. One, I'm very glad for this one, Smith Rowe. As an ex-Arsenal player, Arsenal supporter, I love Smith Rowe at Arsenal. Shame he didn't do. Shame that he didn't get that next step. Okay, so he's 5.6. Now 23% of people have got him. I think at the start of the season it was a bit lower, but people have now bought him in. Someone like Gibbs White, very talented player. And I think someone like Gibbs White, I'm looking at as well. Probably for me, I'm looking at him from like the Palace, Leicester, West Ham time of games. So after another international break, that's where I'm looking at probably Gibbs White. But we'll see. Iwobi, again, cheap, but not many people got him. That's sometimes what people got to look at. The West Ham player from Sushak. Not many players have picked him out. 3.1. Well, those 3.1 gain extra points. If you have someone, you could probably potentially have someone like Haaland in because of him being 5 million. You could save money elsewhere. You can say, look, you could save 5 million if you strong difference, and you're only losing 5 points. But then you can gain Haaland, and talking about Haaland, you can gain. Well, there you go, 3 points extra. So I think that's what it is. But for me personally, for forwards, I think at the moment you've got to have one of the top, two of the top 7 players in this. Well, actually, anyone on this list right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Any of those top 9 here, I think you've got to have in your team. Haaland. Havertz for me at the moment, because he's doing really well. Not many people have got Havertz. Nicholas Jackson as well, but he's just that bit pricey for me. Wood, very good. But he doesn't get that many minutes. That's the problem with this one. Not many minutes. Will he get minutes against Liverpool? Maybe, but not much. I think he's going to be coming off the bench a lot, so you've got to be careful with him. So that's, I think, people got to look at. I'll go a bit more in depth after the next week. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, actually, no, we've got one more stats to look at, and that is players coming in and out. So, as you can see, a lot of players have taken out Foden. Okay. Isaac, which one of the ones I'm probably taking out. Okay. Solanke, Eze, and Malenko. Okay. Well, Nkuku. Now, for me personally, I 100% agree on that. Look, Smith Rowe. Ooh. Okay. So there's players there that people have put in. For me personally, I agree. And I will be doing some of this. I may even, I really don't want to do this, I may even use my free hit. So I think that's what I may have to do. But stay tuned. There'll be a video out Saturday morning. So have a lovely time. If I don't catch you, good luck and enjoy yourselves. Bye from now.